Good afternoon. I now call this special meeting of the Intern Council to order on the 12th day of June, 2024. Madam Clerk, will you please read our compliance with the open public meetings?
The notice requirements of the open public meeting have been satisfied with respect to the meeting of the Township Council. The meeting time and date were included in said notice in the meeting agenda was posted in the municipal building and sent to the official newspaper of the township, the Verona Cedar Grove Times, and the Star Ledger at least 48 hours preceding the start time of the meeting. The agenda and public handouts for this meeting can be viewed online at www.veronanj.org/councilmeetings. A public comment period will be held in the order it is listed on the meeting agenda, and instructions on how to comment will be provided at the appropriate time.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Darian.
Here.
Councilwoman Schust. Here. Mayor Battersby.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty.
At this time, it's time for the report. Mayor, I don't have much to report on right now because I'm new to this job. But we have a lot of very important things to do today, so I suggest that we just get right into it.
There's also nothing to report.
I have nothing to report either.
The next item on the agenda is an ordinance on second reading. Madam Clerk, could you please read the title of the ordinance into record?
Ordinance 2024-25. Implement resident under the age of 18 years old.
Can someone move the ordinance?
The ordinance is moved.
Councilwoman Darian has moved the ordinance. Do I have a second?
I second.
Councilwoman Schust has seconded the ordinance. Now it is time for the public hearing on ordinance 2024-25.
Okay.
Oh,
That's okay.
should I read it? Oh, can you read the public participation statement?
Anyone from the wishing to speak on any matter, please approach the lectern. Once recognized, clearly state residence for the record. You are not required to provide your street address. These meetings are recorded and public records, and addresses will not be redacted for any purpose. You will have 4 minutes to address the board. There will be no cross dialogue during the public portion. After everyone wishing to speak has been heard, the board will questions.
My name is Marissa Barnett, and I'm from Verona, New Jersey. I agree with this ordinance. I think it is a safe option to keep vandalism and crime to a minimum. Streets will be safer and kids and teens will also be safer. Parents want their kids to have fun, but they also want them to be safe, which is what this curfew can do. I also think that the police patrolling the streets is not a problem because they are already out patrolling at late at night. So I think they can continue doing their job, which will also keep the streets safe. Thank you.
Ms. Barnett. Member, would you like to comment on this?
While I do agree that it would definitely keep our neighborhood safer, is the crime rate for juveniles really that high that this is needed?
I understand what you're saying, but I do think that it's not necessary. This ordinance is not necessarily about controlling crime rates, but it's more about enforcing safety measures for juveniles. So I think it's less about the likelihood of them committing crimes, but more just keeping. Would you like to comment?
I agree with what you said.
Perfect. Seeing no further discussion from the council, Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
There's been
Oh.
Am I reference? Or you can still go with your department. Yeah. I'm here on behalf of the police department, as the chief. Thank you for taking the time that allow us to present to you our thoughts and rationale behind opposing the curfew ordinance that the council is considering. While other townships, especially in South Jersey, want to impose a curfew for kids 18 and under, we find it to be challenging for a small township like Verona to maintain. Our agency often operates with limited personnel and resources. Imposing a curfew requires additional patrols and monitoring to ensure compliance. This diverts officers from other critical duties such as responding to emergencies, investigating crimes, and maintaining general public safety. Curfews can be seen as overly punitive and may foster distrust between the youth and law enforcement. This can erode community police relations, making it harder for officers to build trust and cooperation within the community. This can be an administrative burden because managing curfew-related paperwork, handling appeals or disputes, and maintaining records can be an administrative burden on police departments, detracting from their overall efficiencies. From a cop standpoint, imposing a curfew for children under 18 in the township can strain limited resources, negatively impact community relations, raise legal and ethical issues, and may not be an effective solution to juvenile crime or safety concerns. Instead, law enforcement might prefer to focus on more proactive and community-based approaches to address youth-related issues. Again, thank you to the town council for your time, and as always, we appreciate your service to the township of Verona.
Thank you. Councilwoman, do you have any comment on?
That's a good point, and the financial burden might be too much, and also with how this would affect the downtown area and all the restaurants and such, it might be too quick to establish.
Thank you. We will keep that in mind when we make our decision. Seeing no further discussion from the council, Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Darian,
No.
Councilwoman Chus,
Nay.
Mayor Battersby,
Nay.
the ordinance 2024-25 fails.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The next item on the agenda is an ordinance on the first reading. Madam Clerk, could you please read the title of the ordinance into record?
Ordinance number 2024-27, turn the Verona pool into condos.
Actually, Madam Clerk, would you read all of the titles of the ordinances that we're discussing?
Ordinance number 2024-28 will move the square to sometime in March. Ordinance number 2024-29, prohibit ice skating on Verona Lake for safety concerns. $10,000 in bonds for more benches in the town square. Then ordinance number 2024-31, $50,000 in bonds for gas lamps in the civic center. And then number 2024-32, $75,000 in bonds for the Verona Public Library.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Is there any interest in public discussion on any of these ordinances? All right, is there any interest in council discussion for any of the ordinances?
The 2024-28 ordinance about into condos. I think that this would decrease public morale and also impact family life and just overall quality of life.
I agree. I think the Verona pool is a very important aspect of the community in Verona. I think turning it into condos might be a mistake.
I agree. I think the pool brings in a lot of money and offers a lot of jobs to the youth of Verona. And I think that would cause outrage.
Also, I disagree with the ordinance suggesting that we move the fair in the square to March. I think the fair in the square is a very important holiday tradition for Verona, and moving it to March might not make the most sense to a lot of members of Verona.
I agree with that. And then also, with more town benches in the civic center, this is a nice amount of money being put towards benches, which I feel like we have a nice amount of in this particular area. More is not good.
In light of that, is there any interest in public discussion? We move on. All right, all right, can someone move ordinance 2024-26? Do I have a second?
Second.
Councilwoman Daring has moved the ordinance and Councilwoman Schutz has seconded the ordinance. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Dare,
Yeah.
Councilwoman Schutz,
Yeah.
Mayor Battersby,
Yay,
the ordinance passes.
thank you. Can someone move ordinance number 2024-27?
It is moved.
Oh, sorry, do I have a second? Second. Councilwoman Darian has moved the ordinance and Councilwoman Schutz has seconded the ordinance. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Darian,
No.
Councilwoman Schutz,
No.
Mayor Battersby,
Nay.
the ordinance has failed.
Can someone move ordinance number 2024-28?
Oh, it's moved.
Do I have a second? Second. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Darian,
No.
Councilwoman Schutz,
Nay.
Mayor Battersby,
Nay.
Guys don't vote on anything. What the heck?
the ordinance failed.
Want to go through it?
You can go. Order of the court, please.
On the second.
And someone move ordinance number 2024-30.
It's moved.
Do I have a second? Second. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Darian,
No.
Councilwoman Schutz,
Nay.
Mayor Battersby,
Nay.
It's a dream team.
Can someone move the ordinance number 2024-32?
It's moved.
Do I have a second? Second. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Darian,
Yeah.
Councilwoman Schutz,
Nay.
Mayor Battersby,
Yay.
the ordinance has been passed.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Was that? I think that,
There's two.
oh, I'm sorry.
31.
Can someone move ordinance number 2024, 31?
It's moved.
Do I have a second? Second. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Darian,
No.
Councilwoman Schutz,
Nay.
Mayor Battersby,
Yay.
the ordinance has failed.
Can someone move the ordinance number 2024-30?
It's moved.
Do I have a second? Second. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Darian,
Yeah.
Councilwoman Schutz,
Nay.
Mayor Battersby,
Yay.
the ordinance has passed.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I think that concludes our ordinances. Does that conclude our meeting?
We wish.
If only.
General public.
Oh, yes. Madam Clerk, could you read the statement on public comment?
Anyone from the public wishing to speak on any matter, please approach the lectern. Once recognized, clearly state only your name and township of residence for the record. You are not required to provide your street address. However, if you do, please note that these meeting recordings are public record and addresses will not be redacted for any purpose. You will have 4 minutes to address the board. There will be no cross dialogue during the public portion. After everyone wishing to speak has been heard, the board may address your comments and or questions.
You want me to show you that?
How's the many gas lamp that we're going to keep down square in December?
I don't want to spend money on that.
That's when we What kind, go ahead, yes, you go.
Hello, I'm Luca Tedesco, and I'd like to make a comment on the moving the Fair in the Square to March. I believe that it might benefit the community if we move it to a time of the year that might be warmer for weather. It might be better for residents as more might come and attend. It might be better for vendors as more might want to participate, as it's a better attraction due to the warmer climate.
I do understand what you're saying, in terms of, the warmer weather attracting, more people. This could benefit, the businesses that set up stalls that's fair in the square, and that could benefit all of Verona, so thank you for your comment.
No, it's okay. I just want to say that the sound in here is terrible. And it's been like this for years, and I just don't know when you people are gonna get around to doing something about it.
Especially when you vote no on everything. I mean, come on.
We get that a lot.
Oh.
All right.
I would just like to thank the council and the township manager, whoever he is. Deputy township manager for their support of the Capstone students because they have a wonderful group of students and they're doing a terrific job. So thank you.
I can say my name.
Well, thank you, I think that concludes the town council meeting, thank you all for coming.
Do the gavel.
Oh.
And we got a picture of the town council.
And
Posted on Township of Verona website.